Alright you guys, this is that Neon channel here again. Today we're going to do how to turbo your Dodge Neon. We're going to have two parts of this video. One is this one, which is going to be a few options and ways to turbo your Dodge Neon. And the other one will have we'll actually turbo the Neon. We'll actually do a build on it. Like one of these days, I think we want to turbo Mr. Green Machine single cam build because I have a turbo manifold for it and a turbo. So I think I want to do a video on that. I just don't have the funds. But I'm going to tell you a couple ways that you can turbo your Neon. This is my SRT Swap. This is the first option you can do. To do this, you will need a donor, like a wrecked SRT4 Dodge Neon, or you can buy a motor off eBay, or just buy a motor from maybe a junkyard, or in some kind of way get an SRT4 motor. And then you'll have to buy the harnesses off eBay, of course, which you can get all used eBay harnesses real easy. But there's two options. You can do an SRT4 transmission, which is in 03 it was non-LSD, 04, 05 is LSD. I would go for the LSD, but it would cost a little bit more. That's two options there. So if you're going to do that SRT4 transmission, you will also need SRT4 drive shafts, hubs. Then you can use the brakes, which are bigger. I can't get any light on it right now. Actually, yeah, I can. You see, they're bigger brakes than stock Dodge Neon. They're bigger calipers. You'll have to do a little bit of modifying to do that. The easier way to do it is use a first gen Dodge Neon 5-speed transmission. And you don't have to change any of the hubs or anything, but it's nice to have the SRT because you have turbo, you want to slow down a little faster. See, we have the SRT brakes on this side also. So to do this, to put the SRT4 motor in here, you will need a Modern Performance 2.4 adapter. And this is a more speed motor mount. This is a really cool motor mount. I like it a lot. This is the Modern Performance 2.4 adapter mount. You'll need a Stratus, Dodge Stratus, or I forget. I think there's another one, but Dodge Stratus definitely works. Side mount instead of the SRT4 SRT4 motor side mount. Because it's big and gaudy and it doesn't work. I mean, you can make it work, but this is a lot cleaner and better looking. For your front motor mount, I have a solid motor mount. You will have to modify your front motor mount to fit the oil pan and the intercooler piping. Again, we're going to do a video. But right there is where you have to shave for the intercooler piping. And then on the bottom side, you can't see from here, you have to cut it for the oil pan. Like I said, you're going to have to remove all the first gen wiring harness. You're going to have to run all SRT4 wiring harness. I did a full wire tuck on this, that's why you can't see much of the wiring. And there's no fuse box or anything. But if you come inside the car, it has full SRT4 interior. You have to use the SRT4 cluster, which is awesome because it's pretty cool looking. It's better than the first gen. You have to shave it on each side. On the bottom, there's two little ears. What else? I forget. You have to do something with the pedals. It's been so long since I did it. If you use a first gen transmission, you don't have to do anything with the pedals. If you use a SRT transmission, you have to take the clutch pedal and put it on a first gen clutch pedal bracket and cut the cable bracket off and weld the hydraulic bracket on off of the SRT panels. It's a real pain in the butt. So I do the first gen transmission, but I used the SRT because I wanted to go full SRT swap. Okay, other than that, back to the motor, and I guess you're gonna have to cut in here a little bit to fit your intercooler piping in on each side. Again, I said one day we're going to do a video, so this is going to be a lot better. This is just giving you ideas of what to do. Another option you have is if you have a dual overhead cam Dodge Neon, you can get just an SRT turbo manifold and turbo and intercooler and intercooler piping. You can put it on your dual overhead cam Neon, or if you have a 2.4 SWAT Dodge Neon, same thing. You'll have to get a fuel pressure regulator, and you'll have to get a SAFC if you want to go cheap, or you can go Mega Squirt, which will be a little bit more expensive. If you want to go cheap build, you do SAFC. If you have a single overhead cam Neon, you can get lucky. You can find one of these Hans Racecraft turbo manifolds on neon.org. They have a couple people on there for sale that sell stuff on there, and you might get lucky and get one of those for $150. I think we're going to use that one on Green Machine. Or you could buy a log manifold, and you do some like big turbo build with a big wastegate, like we're going to do this once we get, broken in. It's got a fully built bottom end, and I don't want to break it before I get to have fun with it. So yeah, you'll get to see that whenever it's finished. I just need to buy a radiator for that, but that's a different video. You'll also need SRT4 injectors. These are stage 0 injectors. They'll work. Stage 1 injectors will work too. Unless you're doing big turbo, then you'll have to have some big injectors like these. But for any of the first gen Neons, if you're going to turbo that motor, you're going to have to tap the oil pan and put a drain plug for the turbo. Supply. How do we get supply? Off the oil, the oil pressure sensor. You can get oil out of that for your turbo. What else do you need to do? Turbo your first gen Neon. You're gonna have a coarse run intercooler piping. That's just basic. If you don't know that, then you shouldn't be trying to turbo your car. I guess other than that, that's how you turbo your first gen Dodge Neon. It's pretty easy. Tell me if you want to see a video on how to build and turboed Neon. Again, this is an SRT4 swap Neon. This is full SRT everything. Trans, wiring harness, motor, interior, blah blah blah. Brakes, front and rear. It took a long time to build this car. Still taking a long time. I'm slow. Right now I'm trying to build a daily driver. But remember to like, comment, subscribe to that Neon channel. Peace. Check out my other videos too.